Hello, this is a rapid fire session on American literature. This is based on our OB3, okay? First question, why does Holden Caulfield break the windows of the garage? Because he was sad that his brother Allie had died. Allie was his 11-year-old brother, and Holden is clinging to the memories of his dead brother. His brother is, for Holden, a symbol of innocence and beauty. Second question, which character is obsessed with well-likedness? Which American literature character is obsessed with well-likedness? It is Willy Loman. Willy Loman is the protagonist of The Death of a Salesman. You know that this is a play of the Depression era, showing the failure of the American dream. And for Willy Loman, his sons, Biff and Happy, should be well liked by everyone. For him, reputation is what matters more than talent or honesty. He's remembering Biff's popularity in high school, and he wants Biff to be well liked even now. But today, Biff is unemployed, he's a kleptomaniac, and Willy is desperate about Biff. But Willy is actually the reason for Biff's failure. Okay? Next, Hemingway's novel, For Whom the Bell Tolls, takes place over a period of how many days? It takes place over a period of 4 days and 3 nights. The protagonist here is Robert Jordan. He's an American teacher of Spanish language, and he's a dynamiter. His job is to blow up a bridge as part of the attack on the city of Segovia. Robert Jordan knows that he will not survive doing this, but he still does it. Next question. For how many days does Hemingway's Santiago not catch fish? You know, this is from The Old Man and the Sea. The answer is 84 days. This is said right at the beginning in the first sentence of the novel itself. Santiago is a Cuban fisherman. For a long time, he has not got any fish. So he is considered the most unlucky man, salao. And his boy companion Manolin is forbidden from going with him. So on the 85th day, he catches a giant marlin, and he brings the marlin to the shore. Even though sharks eat up much of the fish, it's a huge fish as big as a shark. And Santiago proves himself by bringing the giant fish to the shore. The skeleton only remains even then. The Old Man and the Sea was written while Hemingway lived in Bahamas. The Bahamas in the Caribbean. Next question. In The Death of a Salesman, who says the jungle is dark but full of diamonds? Willy hallucinates that his brother Ben, who is no more, tells him that the jungle is dark but full of diamonds. Willy is thinking of suicide in desperation, and his successful brother Ben, who made money in the diamond mine in Alaska, is telling him this. It means you have to do a lot of hard work, but you can make easy money. Okay, next question. In The Hairy Ape, what does Yank call the gorilla? He calls the gorilla brother, because both Yank himself and the gorilla are caged and taunted. Yank is caged in his own lower class status. Okay, who is the female protagonist in the Hairy Ape? It is Mildred Douglas. She is the daughter of the owner of Nazareth Steel, very rich man. And she is also a very privileged upper class girl, rather spoiled. And like upper class girls with all facilities in their life, she also makes a great show of her service projects. She is undertaking a lot of service projects. She is, like Yank, unhappy in her own class. And in the play, she wants to see the other half. And like going to the zoo, she goes to the stokehole to see the laborers there. And she is ironically wearing a spotless white dress, which will obviously get soiled there. That is Mildred Douglas. Now, next question. Who is the native chief in Emperor Jones? The name of the native chief is Lem. Lem is the leader of the natives. They are rebelling against Emperor now, Brutus Jones now. And Lem is not a very clever man. He is rather stupid because he believes Brutus Jones' story that he can be killed only with a silver bullet. And Lem and his friends go to the extent of smelting silver coins to make silver bullets, with which Emperor Jones is ultimately killed. Now, Lem is dressed only in a loincloth, in contrast to the emperor, who is dressed in all great finery. And it's also interesting that both Lem and Emperor Jones are Negroes. Which American writer used the pen name Papa? Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway gave nicknames to many other people. And when he was hardly 30 years old, he wanted to be called Papa Hemingway. Now, you probably know that he belonged to the lost generation, the generation that came after the First World War. And it was Gertrude Stein who gave this generation the name Lost Generation. F. Scott Fitzgerald, E. Cummings, they're all members of the Lost Generation. In which play do you have an on-stage screen? This is in the play The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams used a lot of stage innovations, mostly borrowed from expressionistic drama. In Streetcar Named Desire, he used another on-stage device. Do you know what that is? It is a wall that goes transparent, revealing the street scene outside. A few times it happens in the play. All these devices are part of Tennessee Williams's idea of a new aesthetic of theatre. He developed a new philosophy of theatre, a new aesthetic of theatre. Okay? And one more question. In which place is the Glass Menagerie set? The places of setting of most of these major works you should note down and study. It's important. The Glass Menagerie is set in St. Louis. St. Louis is in Missouri. Now that is autobiographical because Tennessee Williams' father also worked there and his family lived there. And Tennessee Williams had a sister, Rose, to whom he was attached, and Rose was not well. She had some mental problem, and she is comparable to Laura. So those are a few questions from American literature. These are from OB3. I hope you're studying OB3.